Sheldon here from Titanium Professional Hydraulics and Tools. Big day for us. We're launching a line of brand new ride-on frame racks. And I'm going to illustrate to you some of the things that we did differently. A lot of people out there are selling these machines with imported hydraulics. And what happens down the road is when the hydraulics go bad, they cannot be fixed. They're odd sizes. They're not universal. The adapters won't fit into other equipment. We eliminated a lot of the problems that potentially can happen down the road. So all of the hydraulics on this machine, including these oversized pumps and the pistons, are ours. These are the products that we produce and we designed. So the most important thing when you buy one of these machines is, down the road, if you need parts, repairs, and maintenance, how is that going to play out? Because people walk into us all day long holding different parts for machines that are broken, cracked. Companies are out of business, never had a brand name, don't know where to get parts for them. Everything that we have here, we stock, down to the last little snap ring on this machine. And as we go around, I'm going to show you all the different features that separate this from the rest. You can find much cheaper machines online and from various different distributors. And when you see something for $2,000 or $3,000 less, I want you to keep this in mind. Our machine, the entire top plate, is laser cut from a sheet of steel. These other guys that are selling these bargain basement machines to you are basically assembling it out of tube. So there's 10 times as many more weld seams, and the structure is just not as strong. You can just lay down a bunch of channels and weld them together, that's fine, but to go through the trouble of making it the one solid piece on top costs a lot more, but in the long run, that's what you want on the top of your machine. Let's go over here and take a quick look at our pinch weld assemblies. On the old school machines, you'll have 4 nuts and bolts, you'll have springs, you'll have all kinds of different pins inside of it. We simplified ours. It has one single bolt with an Acme thread, which is the thread that is created for opening and closing constantly, not a bolt thread. And this assembly here will take either a pinch weld from a unibody, and you can also put a box channel from trucks on it. If you take a look, we have these oversized cast nuts that hold your pinch welds in place. Now if you turn around just to the right here a bit, you can see that we have not one but 2 positions to lock your tower. Most towers, you'll just pin them, and then what happens is as you pull, it'll raise and it'll wedge onto the bottom of your rail. Ours is actually threaded and pinned in 2 places. So what this does is it raises it up off the bearings, increases the bearing life because the pressure and the weight is not on the bearing, and it holds that tower sock in place where you want it. Let's talk about chain. Completely welded, that's oversized, it's almost 1/2 inch. A very unique setup here with the hook, because no matter where your clamp is positioned, this swivels. So it doesn't wind up twisting your chain. The twist is done here. If you come over here quickly, I'm going to turn this around. We even went so far to get a special chain wheel. Chain wheels, if they just have a slot in them and they're round, what they'll do is they'll stress your chain and ruin it over time. This is such a unique pocket wheel that it actually cradles the chain to the same form that the chain is and reduces the stress and increases the life of your chain. Included in our machine, we have our own air bladder jack. Again, there's a lot of cheapos on the market, but this is what you're going to use to raise your vehicle and lower it down into your pinch weld clamps. As seen in a lot of our other videos and information, ours are made with ball valves. They don't have those troublesome push valves. And this unit here was tested to 100,000 raise and lowers. So there's a real heavy-duty, hard-working machine. Along with the machine, you get 2 dead car dollies. So you just put your wheels in there and roll it up onto the machine if the car is inoperable. It includes a really good down puller with the same cradle for the chain as the chain wheel we showed you a moment ago. All our hydraulic cylinders are completely rebuildable They're all factory tested to make sure that there's no leaks before any machine leaves. We have parts kits for those. They'll last a really long time. If you come over here real quick, you'll see a great assortment of tools and clamps that's included with the sale. This is the most comprehensive package you could get. You buy the machine, you get these quality hydraulics, your air jack, and a whole assortment of fantastic clamps and tools that you can work with. You set up this machine, bingo, you're ready to go. On the other side, we also have, this is an important tool. If you've got to take your wheel off and work around the suspension or in the wheel well, this will just sit on the bed of the machine, and then you'll be able to connect these to the studs so that you have clearance to work around it. One other great feature about our machine as well is that when you need to do overhead pulling, you don't have to buy any separate attachments. This will either pull straight through this chain wheel, or you can route the chain through that chain wheel and do an overhead pull. It comes with 2 towers. This is a nice, basic, hard-working machine. We do have additional towers if you wanted to add one, no problem. We oversized the pump reservoirs because we found that in many instances pumps were losing their prime or getting ruined because they ran out of oil. This has more than double the capacity of a typical pump that you'll get, and you're not going to run out of oil at all. It includes one of our pressure gauges, which tells you the PSI and the tonnage for a 10-ton ram, because when you're using your clamps, they're not rated to 10 ton. They could rate anywhere from 1.5 to 6 or 8 tons. You really want to watch your PSI and your tonnage on your gauge, because if you overpull, if you go all the way up to 9,000-10,000 PSI, you're at 10, 11 ton, and your clamps are just not rated for that, nor is your chain. Another important thing about the machine is there's a lot of problems with the bearings. Over time they go bad. We use heavy-duty, oversized bearings, and there's a total of 5 on this side and 2 on the other side. These towers just roll so smoothly by the touch of your hand. I'll give you an example right here. You just get onto the tower and push it, and bingo. If you get your hand off and it keeps rolling freely, you know that the bearings are correct. A lot of people I see in the field are constantly fighting with the towers and trying to push them and lug them around. These roll 360 around the entire machine very easily, very smoothly. So I think that wraps it up. It gives you an idea of what we have here for sale. Welcome any questions or comments. You can contact us. And thank you so much for watching, and God bless you.